Good Friday afternoon, everybody. Thought we'd try to get on a little earlier today due to the impending storms a little later on. They always wreak havoc with my streaming here. So hopefully you can see me and hear me all right. These storms haven't started yet. But anyway, welcome to the Time Out Overtime show on the Time Out Overtime YouTube channel from the Frank Beck Chevrolet Studio Annex. I'm Rick Arsenal. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And if you haven't done so yet, please get down here in the corner and smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you very much. Nice summery day today. Too windy. Apparently, we've got some still possible storms coming in tonight. As I said, that always wreaks havoc with my streaming process here. So we get this out of the way now. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed and won't have any problems. Where to begin? Well, as you saw in the headline, Brad Holmes had his annual pre-draft press conference yesterday at Alec Park. And quite frankly, folks, I don't know why he bothers to do this because he never says anything. Nothing. I certainly wouldn't want to play poker with the man. Nothing changed yesterday. He basically spent a half an hour talking and taking questions and essentially said nothing. Nothing at all. He was asked about trading up or specific other things and never really gave any specific answers. I don't expect him to. That's why I said I don't know why he bothers to do this. So we are 6 days away from round one next Thursday night. By the way, that's the same time the Pistons are playing game 3 at LCA against the Knicks. Get into that in just a second. Regardless of what Brian Holmes does in the first round, again, what do I know? I think he's going to trade up and take an offensive lineman with this first pick. And I'd love to see, I talked about him several times before. Gray Zabel, the kid, the big offensive lineman out of North Dakota State. As I said before, he can play any 5 positions on the offensive line. And with Frank now's chronic toe problem and Taylor Ducker getting a little long in the tooth, he'd be an ideal fit for the Lions in that spot. And I the offensive line has been the heart and soul of this team now for the past several years. I think the Lions want to maintain that status. They could even take Tyler Booker, the big offensive lineman out of Alabama. I doubt very much they're going to take a wide receiver with that first pick. I'll be shocked if they do. I've seen a couple of mocks that have predicted them doing that. I just don't see it. Why did they have Matthew Golden, who's expected to go in the top 20, that wide receiver out of Texas at Alec Park this past week? Don't ask me. I have no idea. Was it a smokescreen? Who knows? I don't know. I don't see it. And he always says, Holmes always maintains they're not drafting for need. They're taking the best available player. I don't think that's entirely true. At least it wasn't last year anyway. So we'll see. Monday and Wednesday, obviously, when we get closer to the actual draft, we'll talk a little more about it. So anyway, a good word for our sponsors, Frank Beck Chevrolet. On M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville. Again, a shout out and a thank you to everyone who turned on last Saturday morning for the annual Maggie Fry Scholarship Breakfast. We had a great crowd. Everyone enjoyed themselves. It was a beautiful morning. It couldn't have worked out any better. For a great cause, benefiting area nurses, and a good time was had by all. It really did my heart well to see all those people out there. And again, you folks came through like troopers. So thank you for coming out and helping to support and experience the Frank Beck Community Support Difference. You give you a gold star, every one of you. If I could have, I could have shaken everybody's hand out there for coming out. Great. It was a great morning. Big success. So thank you enough. And don't forget, Chevy Drive, Southern Michigan. Chevrolet together, let's drive. And I think the folks at Frank Beck last Saturday once again showed why they are the number one, can not only that when it comes to sales and service, but community support, the number one Chevrolet dealer in the tri-state area. We're also brought to you in part by Barrett Insurance. It's barrettins.com on the corner M99 US 12 in Jonesville. Protecting your dreams, 517-849-1000. Barrett Insurance at the corner of US 12 and M99 in Jonesville, 517-849-1000. BarrettINS.com, Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. Tigers came alive a little bit with the bats last night in a 6-1 win over Kansas City. I think they caught Kansas City at the right time. First of all, Riley Green, it was good to see him with 3 hits and a couple of RBI last night. Torek had 3 RBI. In fact, between Carpenter and Torek and Green, I think they had 8 hits between the 3 of them. And Reese Olson pitched his best game of the year. Look, they're catching Kansas City at the right time. They're on the last leg of a 3-city, 10-game road trip. And they just came in here after having gotten swept by the Yankees. As Jim Price would always say, it's not who you play, but when you play them. And I think they're catching the Royals at the right time. Now, you look at tonight's pitching matchup. Joe pitching for us against Reagan's, their best pitcher, left-hander, who's very good. Cole Reagan's is very good. Like I would say, this pitching matchup tonight favors the Royals. Right. So right now the Tigers are 11-8, and got a 1.5 game lead over the Guardians, who are 9-9. In fact, the Tigers are the only team in the American League Central Division with a winning record right now. The ESPN Power Rankings came out yesterday, and the Tigers were ranked 9th. They were one of 3 American League teams in the top 10. Yankees were 7th and the Rangers were 10th. The other 7 teams in the top 10 were National League teams. So they had the Tigers ranked 9th yesterday in the Major League Power Rankings. If you haven't heard, and well, let's put this off for just a second, and I'll give you the starting lineups for tonight's Tigers starting lineup for tonight's game. Batting first, Malloy will DH. Batting second, of course, Gleyber Torres at second base. Riley Green will hit third and center field. Batting cleanup, Andy Ibanez at third base. First base, hitting fifth, Spencer Torkelson. Kerry Carpenter will bat sixth in left field. Amir Baez will hit seventh at shortstop. Tomas Nido will bat eighth. He'll do the catching tonight. And batting ninth and playing right field, Zach McKinstry. And on the mound, Jackson Jobe, who was got his first major league win his last time out in Minnesota, I think it was. Yeah. After the Royals are in here this weekend, this is a 10-game homestand the Tigers are on. It's their longest one of the year. So after the Royals come in here tonight, tomorrow and Sunday, you've got the Padres in for 3. And then next weekend, the Orioles are in here for 3 before the Tigers hit the road and have their own 3-city road trip going to Houston, Anaheim, and Denver. So that's the next couple of weeks, next 6 series for the Tigers. A couple of hits and misses here. If you haven't heard, I want to throw this in here. If you've got at least, just so you know, a trivial fact here. I didn't know this. You probably didn't either. If you play a minimum of 8 years in the major leagues, a minimum of 8 years of Major League Baseball, or 10 years of minor league baseball, when you retire, you get a lifetime pass to every major league and minor league ballpark with 2 complimentary tickets to go with that. You probably didn't know that, did you? Provided the game is not a sellout, of course. You anywhere you want in the country, a major league or minor league ballpark. Show your card, and you and 2 friends will get in free. And apparently they're good seats. So again, of course, provided there's not a sellout. But that's a pretty good perk to have, isn't it? I did not know that, and you probably didn't either, but we do now. So, and one other thing too here, before I forget, Lee Corso, who will be 90 years old on his next birthday, the inimitable Mr. Lee Corso, after more than 4 decades of doing ESPN game day Saturday morning, will do his last show on August 30th. He is retiring. I didn't realize it was that old. I remember, what, 30, more than 30 years ago when he was the coaching at Indiana. That was a long time ago, but obviously. But so congratulations to Lee Corso. Saturday mornings will not be the same without him. He will be leaving ESPN Game Day Saturday morning, August 30th, which is opening weekend at Liberty Weekend, will be his last show, and we wish him well. Gonna miss him. Gonna miss you, Lee. Like I said, Saturday mornings won't be the same without you. We're gonna miss him. Okay. Before we, I got a couple other things I want to run by here, but first, let's get this in for a good man. Without his expertise and knowledge, we wouldn't be doing this right now. That's Tim Lindley, Lendley, Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale, 37 Walnut Street, directly across from Fat Jack's Automotive, a couple of hundred feet west of Howell. This is the place to go and the only place in our area to go for technical assistance, sales service, anything at all, repair, computers, new or used, maybe flat screen TV, mounting, programming. Maybe you're changing internet providers, you need that installed. Printers, new or used, anything at all. Get in there and see them. Tim or one of his assistants. All very knowledgeable, capable people, capable of taking care of whatever technical issues you have. This is the only place to go in our area. We are so fortunate to have him among us. 37 Waldron Street, downtown Hillsdale, 517-610-5372, or